Hey everyone, welcome to another stream of multiplayer. So Dragon Age multiplayer. We have here by my side Grant Mackay. Grant, do you want to present yourself?
So as you said, my name is Grant Mackay. I was the lead multiplayer designer on Dragon Age Inquisition. I've been at BioWare for like 10 years
yeah.
now, mostly working on Dragon Age. So, yep, I guess that's about it.
Alright, so we have another 3 players here by our side. You guys cannot see them yet, but they're gonna come here and chat with us later during the stream. We have in the corner Graham Scott. Graham, present yourself please.
Hello, my name is Graham Scott. I'm a level designer working on the multiplayer. I've been with BioWare for just over 8 years. Worked on everything from Sonic Chronicles, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3, multiple DLCs, and now multiplayer for Dragon Age.
Great, great. Which character are you going to play, by the way? The Archer, Legionnaire, or the Keeper?
I will be a somewhat effective Legionnaire.
Legionnaire? Alright,
No
so we know who to
guarantees.
blame the tank. Alright, you're the tank. Luke in the middle, Luke Barrett. Present yourself.
Hello, Luke Barrett. I made some abilities. They're pretty cool. I like them. I will be rounding up the awe-inspiring DAI events 05 today, playing as the Keeper.
Alright, the Keeper. And Josh Stixma in the corner.
Hey, I'm Josh Stixma. I am a senior gameplay designer on Dragon Age Inquisition. I did all the creatures and whatnot, and I am playing as the better archer.
Alright.
Oh, shots fired.
Better Archer.
So yeah, I guess
Fine.
I never clarified. I'll be playing a level 1 archer, DAI events 08. It's level 1 because we're actually on production servers, so we didn't hacks anything.
That means live.
That means live.
It's live, it's live.
It also means we're pretty low level, and if we wipe, well, it's probably Graham's fault, but
Absolutely.
it could happen.
Oh, and by the way, we are live. If you do have an Xbox One and you have EA access, you can go there and download Dragon Age right now. So let's go for our stream. Let's start the stream. Let's start the game, guys. And by the way, if you do have any questions, you can ask your questions through the chat, or you can also tweet your questions with the hashtag #MyInquisition. Alright, so Grant, now that you shaved,
Not that
had
I
a haircut, look
Playoff
younger,
beard.
yeah.
Oh.
Ship the game.
shift a game.
So what do you want to tell our fans about Dragon Age multiplayer? What is Dragon Age multiplayer about?
Well, it's about playing multiplayer in the Dragon Age universe. So, we liked what happened with Mass Effect. We did multiplayer, and we wanted to do it again in this world. Felt we needed to make a few changes just to suit it a little bit more to Dragon Age. So it's a dungeon crawl. We're going for more of a something in the vein of like an old school Diablo type game. You know, get your RPG levels, your gear, dungeon crawl with your friends. Hopefully don't die.
So less of it's not a horde mode, so more of a dungeon crawl experience, as you mentioned, right?
Right. Yep. So like right here, as opposed to a dungeon, I guess this time it's an Orlesian chateau. But basic idea is we're going to crawl through it, try to get as deep as we can, get as much treasure as we can, and get out alive. Although chances for success at level 1, little low.
Well, let's see who's the better archer.
Do you want to play Spets again like last time, Josh?
I'm feeling confident I can do this.
Yeah.
I'll give it a go.
So we're just popping open a treasure room in here. Often there's traps. Usually there's treasure.
Wow.
This time we got lucky. Good news, everyone.
Just got gold. And by the way, gold is shared, right?
Yeah, gold's shared across. I guess. Oh, they can only see me, right? Okay. So yeah, that 36 gold that I got, everyone in the party just got their 36 gold as well.
And burying tank.
So as an archer, by the way, I'm like, what kind of a role do you play when you're playing with the archer character?
This one's dead.
So the archer's a range DPS class. Basically, I'm going to try and stay back, keep myself safe, and kill everything while Graham gets punched in the head.
That's right.
So it looks like people worrying. Okay, so can you Connell's pointing at a question for us.
Oh, we have a question.
But I'm
all right.
busy.
Yeah, I guess you look at a game, you play the game, I look at the questions. That's fine. Teamwork, right?
Teamwork.
Actually, speak about teamwork. Why is teamwork important for Dragon Age multiplayer?
simply put, because if you don't work as a team, you will die. It was a design decision I made. There's been some question about like whether or not you could play solo. I have actively tried to prevent solo play. We do have a single player mode. This is the multiplayer mode. So I wanted to make it basically punishing, right? If it's not challenging, it's not going to be rewarding, and I want you to get together with your friends and actually work through that challenge, and in that way have a good time, as opposed to you know, if it was easy enough that you didn't have to work together as a team, it wouldn't really work as a multiplayer mode.
Great.
Did we?
By the way, yeah, no, I'll go for the question. Yeah, I'll go for the question now. So some people in the chat are asking about the new classes. I'm like, why we're not showing the new classes today? So basically, we're starting with level 1. Like we mentioned before, we just went live into production mode. So Dragon Age multiplayer is live right now. That's what you see now. It's live servers. So that's why we have low-level characters right now, and we want to play with the low-level characters and show a little bit more of progression for you guys. Maybe we're gonna get lucky. Maybe we'll unlock a new character. Maybe. Let's see what happens. I won't promise anything. The only promise is that one of the archers is gonna be better today. I don't know which one. I don't know. Should I bet on you, Grant?
Come on, Scylla. How long have you been working with me? What have you learned?
I learned to tank better than you.
This guy's just trying to get his digs in.
I can say it now because I'm not playing. So, all right. So since we're talking about tanks, so Graham, you're the tank with the Legionnaire. What do you need to do when you're the tank?
Basically, you need to, if at all possible, stay up front. You want to basically pull aggro from the enemy, so you're kind of stopping the enemies from going after the more squishy party members, like the mages.
To talk and fight at the same time here.
I cannot tank and talk at the same time.
Oh, that should be like a quality of a good tank, right? Communication.
You got this. Communication equals teamwork.
Got him.
It's teamwork, yeah. Well, trash talking. Some trash talking to you, right?
We're still in wave
That's
1
critical.
right now, so this is pretty easy.
Oh, there's an archer in the back. Or, what do you call that guy?
Spellbinder.
There we go. I told you we should make Josh say all the names.
Yeah, Josh.
We want to take that guy down because he's going to buff all of these dudes.
The
And make
spellbinder,
it
you mean?
that much harder to take them down.
Yeah, I will probably slip up. I refer to all of the monsters by basically code names I have for them. Some of them are a little vulgar. I'll try to avoid that.
Well, to be fair, I'm like sometimes like because during development we have code names for the creatures and they keep on changing.
And the abilities.
And the abilities too. Yeah, probably. I still call some with the old
Yeah.
name. So it takes a while for us to get used of the final names. That's development, folks.
We're just passing into the second zone here. Basically, once you get through a zone, you get a chance to get a bit of your health back and stuff. That's kind of our gatekeeping. And you'll get your friends back. No one has done so yet, and hopefully no one will do so in the near future. But if someone actually does go down, it's at the zone transition that you'll actually get them back. But pick up the treasure, guys. We actually need it.
We need gold.
We need gold. Our gear sucks.
So actually, Graham, I just noticed that there is an Inquisition captain there. Like, since you worked on the events, can you explain the events for us?
Sure. So in various zones, you'll basically run into randomly selected events. Things like defending NPCs that have wandered into the dungeons.
They're very smart, right? Very smart NPCs.
Oh yeah, very, very smart.
They know exactly where to go to get hit.
Yeah. Other things like recovering specific artifacts that would be useful for the Inquisition, and defeating key enemy units.
Oh, watch out.
So the brute's got all of the armor. Does anyone have?
He's almost dead.
Okay. I see.
There he goes.
All right, brute is down. Actually, Josh, tell us about the brute.
Sure. The brute is this
Bunch of
hulking
archers
smash
over
dude.
here.
Rolls in with his giant axe and tries to wreck some face. His big thing that he's going to have is that he can actually generate some guard, and you're going to have specific player abilities that are actually effective at taking that down faster. Sort of plays on the teamwork aspect. You got to have people with some varied abilities. to actually get through the entire dungeon.
I'll try to make the question next time when he's alive.
Yeah. Let me talk about this dead guy here.
Looks like a treasure room.
Victory. Look at all this free money. So yeah, normally there's going to be something nasty in here to stop you from just taking the money and leaving. We've been getting pretty lucky, which is probably good. We might actually get some cool weapons and stuff to show you guys, or some new classes or something if we can earn a fortune quickly.
Yeah, that's another thing that's randomly decided every time you go through a match. So even if you're running through the same space a second time, you might get an enemy that wasn't there before.
Got another bruiser here.
So
no.
Pull back.
All right. So here's the brute. So now you can talk
This
about it,
guy
Josh.
right here.
Focus here.
I
Run
gotta
away.
try to do some dodging first.
He doesn't like the mage. Come on, tank, do something.
Yeah, Graham.
We got him.
Luckily here we got a high damage party, so we're actually able to take him down pretty fast.
So he's kind of slow, right?
He's slow initially, so
He has an ability that speeds him up.
he can charge into you.
Yeah, you can effectively kite him around a little bit, but he has bursts of speed to close the gap.
And if you do get hit, he will knock you down.
You
real
have a
quick.
bad day
Yep.
if he hits you.
So Grant, one of the questions we got, what kind of rewards do you have for if you're playing on a higher difficulty level? Actually, what kind of difficulty do we have, by the way?
So we're launching with 3.
We're playing casual now, or the routine, right? The first one.
Routine, yeah. We named them differently just to distinguish. I didn't want any ambiguity between the single player difficulties and the multiplayer.
Get the nug.
Get him. There we go. So we're playing on routine now. The second one's called threatening. The third one's called perilous. And basically, as you go up in difficulty, your enemies are going to be higher level. They're going to deal a little bit more damage. They're going to move a little bit faster.
Oh, we're gonna come around the side.
Let me just try and get away from
Oh,
this
nice
guy.
call drops there.
And the rewards are sort of scaled as well. So the higher level the enemy, the more XP he rewards when he dies to the group, and the better the treasure that you find in general. We've sort of tried to stagger it out so that the rewards you're getting in terms of the gold you receive and items tries to keep up with where you are in level. So once you're a high enough level to succeed at the higher difficulties, you should be getting the kind of money you need to get into the higher level equipment.
So in other words, I'm like, if I have like a level 20 character playing on routine level, it's probably gonna be a waste of time for me. I'm like, I should be playing on a more difficult one, like threatening or perilous, right?
Generally speaking, yes. It's not entirely a waste of time. You will still get gold. You will still get progress towards challenges and that sort of thing. But things will probably go down pretty fast. It won't be as interesting. There was
Less of a challenge,
less of a challenge, which is less interesting,
less fun.
and less total income, which means it's going to take you longer to get sweet new loot. Are we going the we're going the wrong way, aren't we?
Oh, since we talked about the loot, how does the loot work, by the way? Do we have like a special boss loot at all, or?
Sorta. Most of the loot, I guess you guys probably noticed, we're just mostly picking up gold. Every once in a while, you'll open a chest or what happened. Oh, good. And he's on me.
Oh,
I'm
enemies.
just gonna run now.
Scatter!
Which enemy is that one? Is it a shadow?
That
Stalker.
is a stalker.
Affectionately known as the jerk.
Yeah, I think he
Or-
wins the award for most expletives in his internal dev name.
He comes out of nowhere.
I guess I.
Oh, you
shows
see,
up,
the brute
makes me sad.
has guard now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Get up some guard.
So we gotta take that down before we can whittle down his health.
When he has guard, he's also immune to a lot more things until you knock it
Yeah,
off.
he becomes much more highly resistant to certain status effects.
Cool.
So yeah, I guess I was talking about the loot.
Yeah.
Just to get back to that.
The enemies kind of showed up. Sorry.
Yeah, mostly we're picking up gold. There's some gold on the floor I'm going to go grab while they finish him off because I'm that kind of team player. Sometimes we'll open up chests and you'll see the back of a card face. Essentially what that means is you're going to get to see what you got at the end of the match. I didn't want people messing around in their inventories during the match. So that was just more gold.
So they can kind of see like the back of the card.
They
Maybe
can You'll see the
rarity?
quality, yeah.
The quality, right?
You might see, like, if you get an epic out of a chest, you'll see that it's an epic card. You won't see what it actually is until you've completed the match. And then the gold is, you basically use it to buy treasure chests full of gear.
I
Once
like
you've
to make sure
accumulated
to rub it into my teammates if I get anything that's not common.
Basically, yeah, 'cause
I don't believe
especially if they get lower quality
Yeah.
loot.
Oh,
There we
so you
go.
got your card. Yep.
So that's a common quality. Everyone
I
else?
also got a comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all
Comment.
got comments. I can
Anyone
see
got?
the screens.
Everybody got a common.
We're about to, I think we're about to get,
Sandwiched? Yes.
Yes.
Prowlers.
should
too.
we back
no.
off?
Well, it's too late
Probably.
now.
Don't worry, guys. I put down caltrops.
We're being tactical.
I don't know
Tactically.
if I would
Kill
call
him.
this tactical.
Kill the
Ah,
dude with the swords.
Run.
Save me.
I've got about 10 seconds on my barrier.
All right. You guys are controlling the choke point,
Oh.
or is it?
Oh boy.
We're actually about to
behind
get.
us.
We're
Save
doomed.
us.
Run. Use the
Okay,
barrels.
Barriers up. Once we're all back in a pile here. Come back.
Hold
me.
on. Okay. Drop it.
Got it.
Back to the truck.
Thanks. I'm out.
Peace. Run.
See you later.
Nice teamwork, guys.
Yeah, we're kind of.
Teamwork, also known as running.
Well, I'm like,
Tactical kiting. Thank you.
I like
Yeah.
to think of it as
That's
a
what-
tactical. Ow. Retreat.
They are also capable of tactical kiting.
It would appear.
If we have to fight an arcane horror, it tactically kites you.
It sure does.
so who's playing better? Which of the archers is playing better now? Hard to say.
I think it's pretty clear.
Oh,
The brown one. Yeah, I got it.
What? Graham, come
They're
on!
down.
what? Lose our tank.
We just lost our
I
tank.
got 'em.
Do you have the
I have barrier
aggroes?
and oh,
I'll
jeez.
drop them. Get them up while they're. Okay.
There we go. I got barrier.
Am I? Yeah, we're doomed.
Oh, we got it.
Remember it, tank.
This is wave 2.
Oh gosh.
You know, we made it to zone 3. That's okay.
Gosh.
I blame the tank.
Uh-oh,
I blame the
uh-oh.
tank.
Oh,
I should probably pot.
yeah, we should start using these potions.
I still think it's
Why don't you tell me about these limited potions,
that's.
or about something else?
So since we talked about the waves, I'm like, how do the waves work? Like the region and the waves. I'm like,
all you've got.
you mentioned a little bit that we're going through zones.
Right. Actually, I think this is probably a better one for Graham, unless he is dying.
Did I go for it? Great. Well, yeah.
Very much.
Make them
Oh.
multitask.
All right, now that I'm down. Yeah,
I got
so,
you.
So
Yeah,
every
blame
one
me.
of
Blame
every
me.
one of the levels that you go through, it's basically built up of 5 different zones. So right now we're in the second zone, and even like right now we're going through the Orlesian Chateau. Even if you get the exact same, like if you go to the Orlesian Chateau multiple times, you're not always going to get the same route. We basically take different combinations of the zones and build up a unique route out of those. And then we have randomized time of day, randomized enemy faction, randomized events, randomized treasure. There's a whole bunch of randomization, so we're always throwing something a little bit different at you.
Yeah, which is kind of what we were talking about with the waves. They have sort of, I guess you could call it compositions of things that can spawn, and then there's sort of a chooser again.
Guess
All of Graham's hard work that I politely asked for, right?
Absolutely.
gets progressively more difficult, right?
If only I could jump
I've
this.
sent a team after an enemy target.
Yes, it gets progressively more difficult every time you get to the next
The next zone. They go up a couple level, well, a level or two. Oh, so we have a stalker target. Sometimes there's little mini bosses that you have to kill. In particular, the stalker is
They're the ones that
nasty.
have been doing steroids.
So when he's the VIP, does he get like extra health or extra damage or something, or he's the same enemy?
He's like essentially a lieutenant. I don't know if that's ever been.
He's
Whoa.
behind us.
Oh!
Is that's not the boss one, is
That's
it?
no.
This
That's
is
not-
This is just a
another one.
normal one.
you can tell the boss one is gigantic.
Yeah, if we get to the VIP one, you'll actually notice they're scaled larger and they're a couple of levels higher than the other enemies that are in the zone.
Got him.
So do we have leaderboards, Grant?
We do have leaderboards.
Am I winning?
Actually, who was winning?
Well,
I-
you guys are playing
QA was
live,
winning.
so You guys are going to the leaderboards for sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure whoever was on the account I was just playing is winning.
Guess who that
It's
is?
thrown. Oh.
Oh, look.
So the way we did leaderboards this time around, people who played Mass Effect will be a little bit familiar with it, but essentially you get what I called prestige points for doing various things. So if you complete a challenge, or if you promote a character once they hit maximum level, anything like that, it's going to give you a small amount of prestige points, and those are the things that you can compare yourselves against your friends, or I don't know if you want to go worldwide because you're that kind of hardcore.
For the E-cred.
The E-creds.
I go for the friends because I
Yeah.
can beat them all. So
I don't think I've ever seen you
well,
seen you win a leaderboard.
I played on
so
the different platform you played.
Oh
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Coincidence.
Oh, do we have the VIP? I see.
Yeah,
angry
he's off in the
swords.
distance.
Or can someone highlight him?
I just see the
Okay.
cross
Got a
swords
few
back
too many
there.
enemies in the.
I think we gotta kill the mage first.
Yeah, let's
anyway.
get the mage right here.
One might require help.
Ooh, there's a
So
lot
the
of
Venatori
archers,
mage.
too.
Yeah.
Why are you
smoke
guys
him.
choosing to kill the mage first, by the way?
He's gonna buff the archers and whatnot, and basically, if they get too buffed up, they're gonna smoke us all.
Okay.
Especially our keeper, who just had to run away.
Oh, here he is.
It's alright, I've got
You
super
found him?
fade
Yeah.
step.
Oh dear.
Okay. So yeah, that gold highlight that you just saw is a friend of mine trying to call a target for me so I can help him out.
I just got
Like
roasted.
this one. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
That's still the
Oh,
mage.
boy.
We're miscommunicating,
There's a
guys.
prowler behind the lines.
Bring it together.
Can we pull back?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Badness. is happening.
Retreat.
There's too many archers.
Tactical retreat.
Cloth does
Oh,
not
there's
guard
another.
against arrows.
Yeah, another prowler or stalker.
I am getting
Oh, and the big
arrowed.
one.
Well, you're behind the enemy line, so
I
You
also
know,
don't
I was
have any
just,
potions
I was
left.
roguing.
no. You guys got in your butt
got
got
this.
kicked, I
You
guess.
I got
already
berries back up.
spent your potions?
Yep.
It's going in your review, man.
All right, VIP is down.
Am I in a treasure room that's... Yeah, I am. Good,
So
good.
since you mentioned potions, I'm like, how do you get potions?
Oh.
So you start off with a few.
Let me crawl around
They
the
come
corner.
from the loot packs come standard with a selection of potions. So
Uh-oh.
basically when you... Oops. Let me
Awkward.
just murder
Yeah,
this guy.
get rid of that guy first. Yeah.
There's
Jump over
two
the
of them,
balcony
isn't
and
there?
revive me.
Archer.
We might be in trouble.
Oh, you missed.
Save me.
What's going on,
What
guys?
are you doing all the way over
What are
there?
you guys doing?
Killed by
I'm
a mage.
kiting. I'm winning, Josh. That's what I'm doing over.
Getting all the
Oh
points.
my goodness.
Yeah, I'm
Potion
going
if you
to
got it.
Oh!
Or losing, depending.
I regret
It's alright, now we got some levels.
Right, let's go back to the potion question then. I'm like, how do
Right,
potions work?
potions. So you can take up to 4 types of potions into a match, and you can only carry 2 of any given potion. It's not upgradable. The potions come from treasure chests. When you open up a treasure chest, you're going to get however many items depending on the price of the chest. We have different sizes, and along with that, you get a number of potions just to keep you, healthy or in the bees, as Luke likes to be, or with your power-ups or whatever. And it's sort of random what you're going to get, and you can assign it. Actually, hopefully I'll have enough. We did okay. We got some gold. I found a shield.
That's the card you got,
Yeah,
right?
so
From the loot.
That's the common item I found, which is a round wooden shield. So I'm okay.
It's a level 1.
It's a level 1.
Oh,
Oh, look at
keeper.
that.
Keeper first. Who is the keeper?
Luke's bringing the
Luke?
skills.
Yes?
Oh, 2 archers in the bottom.
Well, I'm obviously first.
Let's see. I should have enough for show you exactly what I was babbling about with the potions.
Cool.
So medium chest is going to give me 3 random loot items and 3 random potions. This is where I'm going to get my potions from. Got some boots.
Level 7?
Level 7, that's decent. Got a heal. Oh, are they all healing?
Yeah.
That's probably good. Oh, level 5 bow. And an electric resist.
Okay, so,
So,
3 potions, 3
yeah,
weapons.
3 potions, 3 weapons. I happen to get 2 bows. One of them is kind of low level. I don't really want that.
Hey, go slower. The guys need to kind of like see it going.
Well, I'm just getting there.
Yeah.
Since I have a decent bow now, I'm gonna throw that on there and just melt the other ones.
Yeah, so you salvaging those and you're getting the crafting items there, Bronto hide, Druffly hide.
Yeah, it shows up on the bottom left there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if we play a few sessions, we'll get enough materials that I can maybe build some armor for one of my characters.
So even when you get like a character, well, sorry, when you get like a weapon that you don't like, I'm like you can go in and do something with it, right?
Yeah. Let's see, 3% bleed on hit. In fact, since I want a new character, so we can show you some of that, I'm going to start just melting everything.
Alright.
I don't really want to use directly on my archer here. And then we'll see. Basically, one of the ways that you get characters, so you can get lucky. I could have just got a character when I opened that chest. Really rare. If you're like me and you're really unlucky, you can actually, instead of just going to the store, whoops, loading screen, bad. Instead of going to the store, you can basically melt down a bunch of things and then try and craft one. So I'll take a look. It's in armor crafting. The metaphor essentially is you can't send your Inquisition army into battle without some armor, so you have to build them some armor. I am.
So the Reaver is one of the characters. You're just like switching, right? The characters.
Yeah, I'm just looking through the characters to see. So the Reaver's my favorite, but looks like I need a lot more. I need a lot more metal.
Yeah.
We're getting there on the leather, but I need a lot more metal. So maybe a few more.
It's gonna
matches.
take a while. Yeah.
All right. I'll just now that I have some potions, we'll just throw those on there.
So you're mapping the potions now.
Yeah.
You can take 4.
You can take 4. I'm not going to take the lyrium potion. That's not very useful to an archer. It's just for magic users. I'll take the electrical resistance if we run into like a pride demon or something. That'll come in handy. But I gained some levels too, so I'll do a quick level up here.
Go through what's going through your mind, like when you're selecting here.
So I want to make money and get a new character.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try and make a cheese archer, like a low level archer. Ultimately, I would be looking like on a character that I wanted to play permanently. I'd be looking at the high end abilities and where I wanted to go with that, like these things down here. In particular, I kind of prefer this tree. Fallback plan's pretty cool.
Okay.
But since I kind of want to just level this guy quickly and try to unlock myself something new, I'm gonna try and get some raw damage low in the tree.
Okay.
And then use that to hopefully get through some missions a little faster, get a little bit more money. Do I want?
We got 2 sets of bees over here.
2 sets of bees. Should I go first? What do you guys think? Long shot. Which path are you going, Josh?
I am totally going flanking all-out damage.
Flanking all-out damage. Well, let's do.
He's
Let's do.
technical
upgraded.
term.
He went upgraded long shot.
Let's do leaping shot because it's sweet. Actually, I can get them both. I'm gonna get all of the abilities. Just throw them on there.
All right. Let's get a match going then.
Max deeps. Ready up, boys.
Go.
So we got a bunch of questions up here. Come on, so let's
Yeah, we
keep
have a lot.
going.
Yeah, sorry. Well, you guys talk a lot. You talk a lot. So how many items can we have in the
voice.
inventory for multiplayer?
Oh, there is an exact number and I don't remember it.
I do.
500 and what?
That's 200.
Right, we had to cut it in half. Yeah. Is it exactly 200?
The soft.
Soft cap of 200?
Yeah.
So the soft cap meaning if you have like 198 items and you open up a pack that has 5 items in it, we're not going to, instantly destroy the other 3 items. We're going to let you have those, but you're not going to be able to buy another pack or receive any more loot until you actually deal with it. There's no circumstance under which you would actually want to have 200 items. The loot kind of cycles, so it's not really an unlock system like Mass Effect. It's more of a traditional RPG system where you're getting new swords, and the upgrades replace the previous. You melt them down and you turn those into crafting materials that you can use for new characters, or maybe if you have a totally sweet sword, you got really lucky and got one of the high-level unique swords, you can build it a cool hilt or a rune or something.
And the crafting materials don't actually take up slots in that, I believe.
No, they don't count towards the 200. One of the reasons that we can only have 200 items is because we have a really big array of crafting materials that can also be stored on your.
So since we're talking about crafting, how does crafting work? Like, what kind of crafting can I do for Dragon Age multiplayer?
So you can craft. Basically, we have weapon and armor crafting. At launch, I'm not going to let anyone directly craft any weapons. Just weapon upgrades. What I want to do is, so we're going to have weekly challenges, much like Mass Effect did. What I want to do is slowly roll out weapon crafting recipes through those challenges. So if you're playing on the weekend and we set down a challenge to murder a whole bunch of people with swords, we'll probably award that with a sword recipe. But for launch, it's just going to be upgrades. So if you go in there, you can craft like a sweet hilt for your favorite sword. I pulled, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I may have just aggroed everything. So, I'm just clicking buttons. Apparently, I can't talk and play at the
Was
same
too
time.
soon, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the upgrades are in the weapon crafting, and then on the other side is the armor crafting, which I kind of went through. I was looking at that to see. That's how you're going to get your new characters, and you're also going to get new appearances for those characters. So if you really, really like the archer, you can give them different colors of this robe that I'm wearing here. I'll kind of try and, or you can get them a totally new set. It's kind of doesn't have the hood, and it's got a couple different things.
That's what friends do, right?
So you can sort of customize your armor.
Yeah, if you like them, and then there's color variations. They also slightly upgrade the stats in terms of just the raw armor, which is your defense against physical.
So since you mentioned also the weekend challenge,
What is it?
I'll let you guys fight now.
Okay, it's just undead. That's fine.
Oh,
Since
just don't get poisoned.
you mentioned the weekend challenge, I think it's a good bridge for us. I'd like to talk a little bit about the post-launch support. So we're gonna have lots of DLC planning for multiplayer for sure, right?
Right.
Lots of new multiplayer DLC. We're gonna have the weekend challenges as well. So at launch, I think we have like 200 challenges. Is that right? At launch, sort of.
We could actually just look at. I think it's around 200. We can take
Yeah.
a look at it after this.
Yeah.
You know.
But let's say 200 different challenges for all kind of classes, right? So if you want to play with the mages, you have lots of goals. I'm like, you can go there and check them out. Actually, at the end of the match, we should probably go there and check
Right.
it out.
Actually, yeah, I got a few after the last one. So, mage door.
So another question we have is about if the DLC is going to be free. We don't have any announcements yet, but I think the community is going to be happy with the decision we're going to make. Oh, another card for you. Anyone got a blue?
Did you just say you got a red? Oh.
No? All comments? Come on, guys.
Usually
Usually
it's Josh that's getting all the sweet.
He's
loot.
the lucky one?
He is the lucky
I do
one.
tend to be lucky.
Because he's prettier than us.
I don't know. I'm quite pretty.
Oh, he shaved,
Yeah,
haircut.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just because of the streaming.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You guys should have seen Grant, like at the end of
Nope,
development,
shouldn't
like he
You don't
wears
want to
like
see that.
big beard and.
What do you mean you don't want? You absolutely. I'm really good looking with a beard. It's glorious and red,
Majestic.
majestic,
woodsman.
if you will, exquisite. What are you guys looking for?
I have
So-
no idea.
Another
Trying to find the worst way to go.
another question we have. Actually, you can show that, Grant. Do we have target lock?
We do.
Or
I've
free
actually
aiming?
I've been using it, not talking about it. So, for the most part, you're free aiming. When we get some enemies, I'll talk about it
We
a
should
bit.
talk about the sprint too. When you're
True. So like this is a free aim. You can see there's a little icon over the guy that I'm going to shoot at for free. If I click in my right stick, he gets a red highlight and it locks me to him. I can move the right stick around to start targeting some other people, like this mage that I really want to kill before he buffs everyone and they kill us. And then I go back to free aim as soon as he dies. I can lock in again.
And once you lock here, I think on the HUD also changes, right? Like on top. You
Yeah.
can see the enemy there.
The enemy's name and his health is gonna lock in up top, so you can see right there the
Yeah, and the
Venatori
level too,
Zealot.
right? The level too, yeah.
And it gives you I think it's a color, is it, that shows you like when they're orange, the level's orange. That means they're a little higher than you, and yeah.
The guys are doing like
Whoop.
this with the head. Of course, you guys can see.
Sorry, guys. The heirlooms are burning, and those heirlooms are worth money. Come on, there we go. Got it.
I'll protect you with my Caltrops.
So that's another event, right, Graham?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So we got lucky there. It actually, the object that we were recovering was just outside of the range of the enemies.
So you guys recovered before the enemies got to you.
Exactly.
sometimes it's way in the back and you have to make a mad dash for it.
So is it like time-based?
Yeah, there was actually, it didn't last very long, but in the top right-hand corner, there was essentially a health bar for them, and that deteriorates over time as it burns. If it gets to 0, you don't get the objective gold. I guess I should probably point that out. If you fail an objective, it's not the end of the match. You just miss out on some money. So
I know what you mean.
it's not the end of the world, but if you're trying to get those fat stacks of cash to get yourself a new character like I want to do, you know, you gotta be on point.
So one question we got also through the chat
Oh,
was
arcane horror.
oh, okay. Let's concentrate on the fight now, guys.
So this is like one of those traps in the treasure rooms that I was talking about that happens to be really nasty.
Josh, tell us about the arcane horror.
So the Arcane Horror is this nasty undead mage floaty dude. He attacks primarily with spirit damage, so you're going to have a little bit of trouble resisting it. But he's going to be teleporting around a lot, which is one of the things that makes him most difficult to hold down.
Oh, there he is. He's weak to fire?
All undead are weak to
Yeah, he's going to
fire
be weak
and
to
spirit.
fire, and you can freeze him.
Yeah. That is the only type of crowd control works on, is the freeze.
There you go.
Which is
Anyone got
particularly
him?
funny if he's right in the middle of the air.
I am in the
Someone
wrong
highlight
spot.
him? There he is.
I think he's dead.
Yep.
Piece of cake.
Fine. Come on,
When you fight him in rooms like this, it's a bit easier too, because he's all projectiles, so you can hide behind all these pillars. Sometimes you get very unlucky and it's in a more open room and he machine guns you down.
Mage door.
So another question we got. Is the map interactive at all? I'm like, do we have stuff that we can destroy?
So yeah, you can destroy the pots. It's not. We're not talking about like Battlefield where you can bring down a building or anything.
Most of the boxes too can
Oh,
be
an item.
Yeah, there are
get-
pieces of cover that
No,
can
we all
actually
got
be
common
destroyed
again.
as well.
Yeah. So it's faction specific. It's basic.
Depending on their class, you mean?
Depending on the class of the enemies that you're seeing, you'll see different cover.
So like right now we're against Venatori. Which
And
is
these boxes here, I can't. Well, I don't really have a good ability for it, but I could destroy this if I was
There
some
you go.
kind of tough dwarf. Way to go, Graham. And I think they alerted to that.
So,
Oh boy.
oh yeah.
Anyone want to get
Oh,
the
he's
brute off me?
enchanted.
He's enchanted. Where's the mage?
He's not going at you.
I got Bear up if I can not.
I found the mage.
Oh, the mage is definitely going for you.
I'm targeting the mage.
I'll just keep.
Please, what the?
Oh,
You should move.
Thanks, Luke.
he's bringing the friends for you.
I brought the barrier too. You're fine.
I'm getting all kinds of archered. Where you at, Graham? We discussed this. Make me look good, man. Where'd that guy go? Okay, there we go.
I suppose.
I am being this archer is actually out kiting me. That's amazing. How do you like
Crush that tree.
All right.
crush that tree?
You all did famously.
You all did famously. There you go.
So another question we got: if you can play cross-region and cross-platform, right? I'm like, how do you match make? You can play with less than 4 people. So many questions in one. Let's go piece by piece here. So the first one, if you can place like if you can play cross-region and cross-platform. So no cross-platform. You can only play in the same platform you have. So we're playing here with Xbox Ones, right? Yeah,
Right.
Xbox One. So so we can only matchmake with people that are playing on Xbox One. Can we play with people from different regions? Yes, we can. Of course, it's a multiplayer game. If you're playing with people that have a low ping, to you, it's going to be much better experience, like any multiplayer game. So yes, we could be playing with someone in Japan right now. Would be more difficult, more lag. Probably the ping would be very high. So try to play with people that are like closer to you or within your region or your continent at least, right?
Right, and matchmaking is going to try to take care of that. We're not going to.
Yeah, we don't limit you, so you can play with anyone. You can play with your friends wherever they are. But if you're just quick matching, we're gonna try to match you with people that are close to you.
Creators have mercy on you.
Keeper's talking hard.
So another question we're getting: can we transfer characters between systems?
Between systems. Oh.
Yeah, I mean like between consoles, you know,
Be a
like
relief to
no.
return to my clan once all this is
Yeah,
done.
Yeah.
No.
Easy answer.
So
I can't, sadly.
Yo, come kick this. Thanks. What we got? There's a brute in the back. And he's mad at me.
so yeah, actually talking about the transfer thing, like so you cannot transfer, like we're playing on Xbox One here, so all the characters you have, your multiplayer profile is going to be stored for that specific
stalker.
console. If you do happen to have like Dragon Age Inquisition on a different console, for example PS4, then it's going to be like a new start for you on the multiplayer. And also multiplayer and single player, they're completely separate. So the whole economy for multiplayer, all the weapons you get in, all the gold coins you get in here, they're gonna be multiplayer only. I'm like, you can only use it in multiplayer. So the same applies for single player. If you do have like all crafting materials and gold that you get there, you can only use it in single player.
wonder if I'll ever be able to go back to the light.
You guys doing a better job now.
You know, I got some levels.
Yeah.
Levels, bit of
Tank,
gear.
tank is playing better, I guess.
Hey now.
Wow.
Dying less. Let's say dying less.
Oh, you already opened the treasure chest?
Yeah, I'm quick like that.
Let's grab this.
It's good that the loot's shared.
11 gold
Yeah.
worth.
I noticed also that sometimes you can see in the corner there like Q streaks, you know, Q streaks too. Well, in your case, I don't see that often.
I'm saying it all the time.
You gonna get
Me
on
too,
these
actually.
controllers tonight, Scylla, or
I
what?
see him a lot too.
What's going on, man?
But well,
So comfortable talking strong when he doesn't have to play. Look at this guy.
someone has
Got a
to
bunch
get the
coming.
questions and
Also, we, you know, probably shouldn't let you play. If we want to make the game look good, right? So.
well, you need to show how Nibu plays also, right? So it's
No, I mean, I wouldn't.
it's teamwork.
I think our players in particular are capable of a little bit more than what we might see from you.
That's a challenge. Challenge accepted.
Shots fired.
Yep.
He's gonna play online with you new people.
You know, there's no defense with Grant. I'm like, he's just offense.
All offense.
Anyway, let's go back to the Q streak.
Right. Let me just not get some more. Basically, a kill streak is if you, I forget the exact timer. I think it's within 8 seconds of getting a kill.
There's
If
a
you
stalker behind us.
get another kill, it counts it
Oh,
towards
right
a
behind
kill
you.
streak. I just do some ninja flips and
Oh,
get out
nice. That was a
there.
good
Don't
one.
die, Graham.
So if
Yeah.
you kill the first one, you have 8 seconds, and you can go and try to kill
Yeah.
the
And-
second enemy.
I don't know if people noticed, but we had a bunch of little bronze medals at the end of the, which is pretty sad.
At the end of the match.
I probably had some gold ones.
No,
they-
all bronze ones.
They were
No,
Maybe this time.
not fooling me.
his ego has made him colorblind. But so basically, yeah, kill streaks is one of those medals. If you get enough successive kills, you'll get a high kill streak, get a medal. Medals are worth extra XP, so you can level up a bit faster. You can get them for like, oh, I see how it's gonna be. Yo, I was getting treasure, guys. Come on. So there's an interesting mechanic. My team got way ahead of me while I was trying to loot those pots, and I was babbling a little bit. So they got to the next zone area, and at that point, it basically just automatically catches you up. We didn't want people sort of trolling and just hanging out at the beginning while other people were trying to do work.
Prowler behind.
Help me with this.
So what happens actually, since you're talking about that? Let's say that you're playing here with your friends and your connection drop. Like, can you come back and?
Yeah, you can, and the session information tries to store, so any gold you've earned, if you make it back into the session, like it's not, you know, a brownout in your city or something, you'll get all the gold that you had earned and all the XP as long as you make it back into the session and you can finish it up.
Cool. And let's say that you guys are playing, well, for whatever reason, you do have to quit. You're playing with like three characters only, but can someone else actually join into the session?
If it's open, yeah.
Yeah.
You have a choice at the beginning whether you want to make it a public or private, privately hosted. So
So if it is a private one,
Only-
they have to invite, basically, right?
friends can join the private ones.
Yeah, true.
Oh, we got a mage in the back.
I think.
All together.
And he's like,
I love the environment. I'm like, you guys never look at it.
I look at the environment.
It's almost like if you guys don't have time for it.
oh boy.
No time to smell the roses. Jeez. Oh, do we have a Leroy? Or
Yeah.
what are they actually called? Graham?
Guy that's not very smart.
Sorry?
What are the escort guys actually called?
The NPCs?
Yeah, what are they? He has a name, doesn't he?
This guy, I think he's a messenger.
Okay.
I see his little axe. He's probably a messenger.
Oh, sorry, no, he's an informant. I just saw the reminder show up on the bottom of the screen.
So another question coming from the chat. I'm like, can you kick people that are kind of like
Yeah.
trolls or?
So like for example, Josh been talking strong. Let me
Yeah.
just. Oops.
Oh,
I brought up the
we're-
blade.
Oh,
We may have pulled something.
Really?
Uh,
what are you
yeah.
doing?
Bringing up the blade.
All right, back.
So
We're back.
I can just vote to kick. Puts a little skull on him.
Okay.
If other people vote to kick, he's out.
Don't actually do that, guys.
This one's dead.
I don't know, man. Like, pick up the performance. We'll talk.
second string archer here.
Oh, Oh, you're gonna burn to death. Oh, there we go.
By the way, guys, after we finish this mission, we're gonna have a new trailer from the Iron Bowl.
Creators.
Gonna show a quick trailer and then swap a little bit. We're gonna have Billy Busco, associate producer, joining him. He's just like tweeting like crazy over there. I can see in the corner, or maybe trying to follow up the hockey game.
Another prowler.
Where?
I
Where?
don't know, but I saw the smoke. I'm gonna stay behind us. That seems like the safest place.
So I noticed also, Grant, that when you're playing with the archer, I'm like,
I do not fear death.
are you timing like the use of abilities? I see that you always like going low on the stamina and everything.
Sort of. It's
Tank down.
my goodness. Let me
We
just.
might be in trouble.
Yeah,
That's a bad
focus in the
corner.
combat. Focus in the
I'm
combat.
gonna
fall
throw
back.
bees. Bees!
I am great.
Jar of bees.
Creators
Problem
have mercy
solving.
on you.
Good
I was
job,
trying to get
guys.
So
The,
Jar of Bees is one of
soccer,
the most powerful potions we have in the game,
Yeah.
right?
And one of Luke's personal favorites.
Everybody's personal favorite. Come on, it's
Yeah,
Jar of
pretty
Bees.
good.
Not,
Pretty good.
not Nicolas Cage's.
Wow. Wow. Gotta get this guy a stand up.
We'll be alone.
Go back to the light.
So going back for the abilities, I'm like, how you use your abilities, by the way.
So, it's sort of situationally dependent. I'm trying to essentially get as much utility out of the explosive shot on right bumper and the long shot I got on Y.
So the explosive shot, you try to get like many guys at the same time. AOE.
Yeah, so like when I ran around that corner and there was a cluster of guys, I immediately dropped explosive shot.
Shall we
Um,
plan what's next?
When we open up, I usually start with long shot. It's going to do a lot more damage from further away. So like right here, the B button is a leaping shot. I've been using that to kind of like get out of trouble, you know, when Graham lets me down on the tanking front.
Don't let them get through.
And then my caltrops is just a kiting tool, so if people are coming at me, I'll drop those. So like right here, I'm gonna like line up a guy that's really far away and try and long shot him.
Okay.
And then it did some decent damage, about 250. And then this guy's getting close, so you know, leap shot away. And I try to use my stamina as I have it to do as much damage as possible.
Bear up.
Okay.
Let me know if you see the Venator
Whoa.
commander.
By the
I
way,
know where to hide.
Right, so yeah, we made it to the last wave.
yeah, what's zone 5, right? I'm like,
Which is worth mentioning. A boss is gonna show up. He might murder us. We'll see how good we are at this point.
so you can fight a boss basically.
Yep. Ooh, this guy is all over me, and I have very little stamina left.
They're not always the same boss, right, Graham?
No, the bosses are actually faction dependent, so every enemy faction has its own unique boss.
This guy really wants my blood.
Where's the Venator commander? I cannot see him.
I saw them.
She is up in the garden.
right there.
Yeah. In the worst
Dropping
place.
fire.
Yeah. I can't see it because Grant is kind of like trying to
Hold
save
on, I
his
got
life.
some bees.
Mine are all gone. Yes! It is a trap indeed.
Die, please. Thank you.
All right, last one. Oh, they're all clustered now.
Let me just get some distance.
Boom.
Ah, that was kind of weak. Kind of failed. Where did you guys say?
We got a ball of foot soldiers over here.
Yeah, we got some trouble.
Creators have mercy on
And a
you.
prowler.
So another.
Bear's back up.
Yeah.
Where's tank? There he is.
I'll let you guys talk a little bit because
Wow.
it's kind of the end of the combat. Venator commander has a barrier now, right?
You can.
Yes,
I
that's-
probably should go fight the commander, but I'm kiting around.
Oh,
a
you're
little
trying to
too.
save your life, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might want to move a little bit.
Where's she at?
We are over here.
In the
She's
middle.
shooting at us.
Here.
Oh, I see.
My
bring in the
bear's got
pain.
about 5 seconds left. You guys want to fall back?
Found
Over
her.
yonder.
Oh, she's there.
Barrier, come closer.
Where's closer? Okay.
Uh-oh.
Did you get
Coming,
too
little
late.
buddy. I hate you forever.
Abandoned.
It's okay, man. I still got 2 potions left.
No big DZ.
Do you guys,
No big TC.
you guys trying to do a hit and run?
Trying to do a little bit of
My tactic is called,
Running.
oh my god, don't die. Does not work well.
I'm doing okay.
Oh,
I'll give you a bear this time. Pretty sure it'll be us carrying anyway.
Thanks, but oh, Words have been spoken, guys.
Oh wow.
Mahalani.
Here
I'm
goes
down
the
to
tra-
0 potions.
Same.
Sounds like a Josh thing.
Whoa.
Oh, see, I just got the sweetest long shot. She's gonna get mad at me soon, though, I suspect, and then I will.
Oh,
Probably...
she's like 40% health.
Oh, I just need mana for my barrier.
Got another archer down.
Critical hits.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tech.
keeper,
Uh-oh.
please.
There's a brood.
That's already. I've been saving the archer.
I'm gonna try and focus her down. If you guys can. Oh my.
Can we move outside of this area?
Yeah, this little
Let's come in here.
this little arena of death
Yeah.
is
Here.
Come in here and I will
suboptimal.
bury you.
Oh,
Here.
can I get around? Yeah. I
Oh
can.
boy.
Oh,
that's not
no.
you. Too late. Bear's down. I had to save my life.
Got
not
some
work.
potion.
Is there a back entrance or am I?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, but oh boy.
Okay.
Run away.
Legionnaire down.
Why? We were doing so well.
I got him. Maybe.
Oh,
Ow.
use the sweet mage moves.
Oh, thank you.
And a barrier. Yes. And a barrier.
Probably want to take down this brute.
I got like 3 dudes on me, so I will try once I've successfully.
So what happens?
Commander's here.
What happens if you get knocked down? By the way.
So your friends have to help you out. We've seen a bit of that. I guess I wasn't really explaining it at the time, but that's that.
Trapped.
So we are
Like
about
right
to
now?
find
So
out.
make
Yeah.
traps.
Here I'll get you. So you walk over, you hold A, you revive. Hopefully nobody notices you doing it.
You get XP also, right, for reviving?
Ow, ow, ow. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
If you assist in
Where's
reviving
this almost
someone. So our XP system is pretty complicated. I didn't want to make it purely based on damage because we do have a lot of support-based classes for the teamworks.
Whoa.
So, oh, I might be able to get her. She's doing her crazy
Oh,
moving
no.
wall of fire thing. We should get out of this room like yesterday.
Like right now, yeah. Oh, everybody low in health.
Hide behind the tank.
Oh. She's low in health, but she got a barrier now.
Yeah. Is there any archers alive? Uh oh. Uh
I'm alive.
You mean like good archers?
oh. You know, bad archers. That's what I'm afraid of. I have no health.
There was some in the courtyard that I didn't manage to take care of.
Yeah, I only see two red dots on the. Oh, one now.
I'm gonna get her.
Oh, you guys gonna win it.
And who's gonna be the top archer?
You can do it.
Oh, it's gonna be
On
close.
America's next top archer.
The moment of truth.
Damp next.
Oh, I got too close to her. What?
Oh, damp next archer.
Somebody save me.
Might only be one archer alive at the end of this. Oh,
You guys
kill
gonna
shot.
get it. Oh, yes.
Easy.
Easy.
I was talking about
I know.
something before we just about died. There was a question, and I feel like we failed to answer
I don't
it.
know, it was so easy that I forgot the questions
Ah,
also.
okay.
Revive.
Oh yeah, revive and revive XP. So the XP system tries to reward support actions. So if you bury a friend and that friend kills someone, you're gonna get a little bit of the XP. If you pick someone up off the ground, you get some XP. If you guard someone while they're lifting someone off the ground, you're gonna get some XP. We tried to diversify it a little. I don't like scoreboards that are purely a race. We're trying to make a very cooperative mode. I'm getting a lot of bows.
Oh, you're an archer. Good for you.
It's good for me. One level at a time, boys.
So we're gonna do a quick pause now. We're gonna go through a new Iron Bowl trailer, and while you guys watch the trailer, we're gonna switch positions here. And we're gonna have new people sitting here.
There you
So-
go. You did get your gold medal.
Hey folks, welcome back. My name is Billy Buskell. I'm one of the producers on Dragon Age Multiplayer. And today we have Josh Stixma, who's going to help out. He's one of our creature designers. He can even tell us a bit more about the creatures. You've been hearing Josh off camera so far. Now we're going to get to see a bit more of one of the prettiest members of Dragon Age.
I still think that's
Wow.
arguable.
Yeah, I think we may have to fight it out.
Yeah. So we learned who the best archer was so far, but obviously now there's another title up here.
Yeah, I think I won that one quite handily, if
I
I
think your
recall.
bow won that one.
All right. So we've swapped out a few characters here. What we're going to actually do is we're still using the 3 base characters. You know, as Grant and Scylla mentioned, we're playing in the real environment right now. So this is we're not hacking. We're not doing, as my friend likes to call producer, hacks when I beat him in various games. This is the real world. This is you know, the live event. So we're going to switch around here. We've got Josh, who's just bumped over to a Legionnaire, so you guys are going to see a bit of different gameplay here. Very different style from what we've seen with the Keeper so far. Now as a tank instead of a our mage. So you'll see the creation here of a match as Josh sets up the match for our friends. Oh, sorry, and as is the case when we first get on.
We have a match.
You
We
have
want-
a match?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so we've
Join
got a
us.
match.
All
We're
right.
going to join you guys instead.
At my own peril.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to send me an invite, or do you want
Did
to
it
try
not-
and find you?
Did you not get it?
We send it again.
Maybe
Okay.
we're not friends, Josh.
Whoa, whoa.
Real
Technical
talk.
difficulties
Real talk.
in friendship.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Technical difficulties in friendship. Happens. Yeah, man, you had confusion grenades on this account. You were
Yeah.
healing mist.
Yeah.
This guy was
I-
holding out
I was saving them for when they mattered.
when
All
they-
right.
like at the
So-
end of the match.
So right now we're trying to get Josh into the match with the other friends. Actually, what happened is when we switched the accounts here, we actually kind of migrated the ownership of the lobby. So as we're playing more and more matches, and your friend says, you know what, I got to duck out at the end of a night. You got friends in different time zones, so someone can duck out, and the host will take over from a new player. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to try and get Josh to join. We got some invites here to the top there, and we'll jump in there. Now, in the event that we lose a player mid-match, we can actually also go in and join through quick match. We can join, mid-session, but for the purpose of this, we obviously want to, try and keep everything together at the start. And we'll check that out here. So,
And I'm, of course, doing an expert job of showing how to
Yeah.
get in there.
this is the Xbox interface here. So we got some friends playing. I believe we need an invite from them. Doesn't look like it's come through just yet. Yeah, let's click on activity alerts actually.
Invite sent.
There we go. So we should see that come through from Grant's team, or Grant's character here.
Luke's
Oh, sorry, Luke's.
Luke's
Alright.
character.
As
Stop
you-
gesturing at me, Dave.
Right there.
Are you not getting it?
I'm not getting your invite.
While we're waiting, just housekeeping. You said you're about to get a Reaver. Should I
Yes.
start playing Keeper?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so what we're trying to do is make sure we got the characters and levels that we need, so that we can actually show you guys a new class or two. Luke's really close to getting a Reaver. He's got some crafting materials. He's bought some loot. So I'm gonna switch over. I have no idea what you're saying, dude. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to Keeper
Who
now.
wants to hear my sexy voice?
Ooh. Or is, yeah, should I? Yeah, I'll switch over to Keeper so that we can get her a few
We
levels.
can,
and,
we can even show having 2 keepers. It's probably important to note that you can have 2 of every class. You could even have 4 of every class if you wanted. I wouldn't recommend it, especially 4 keepers, but I bet there's a lot of questions of, can I just have 4 people casting barriers over and over again? You can.
Might
It
not
will
go as
work
well.
really well at first.
Okay.
You'll think you've found an exploit.
We'll probably have to see if we get someone else to send the invite real quick here.
It's not going through.
No, we did not get an invite here. No.
Is it?
Everyone send the invite.
He should be able to join us as a friend too. Like,
I believe we're set in a private lobby right now.
yeah, but we're all. These accounts aren't friends.
They are, yeah.
That
yeah.
was. It wasn't just a joke.
No.
Oh dear.
They are. They are.
So he should be able to join us. How about we, if we could just have him create one and join really quick, hopefully.
Oh. So it looks like there might actually be some bigger issues here at play. It's the joy of doing live streams. So we're going to try and see if we can get Josh into the match here. But in the meantime, we can maybe even start you guys up on a match, and we'll see if we can join in progress.
Well, why don't we? There. So you still have a lobby up, right, Luke?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so maybe let's go back to the game here while we're waiting, and
Where are you?
we can just take a look around the UI here, take a look at the character now that we've switched over to the
Sure.
Legionnaire. Maybe walk us through a bit of the skill tree that you have selected.
Whatever it was that it
Yeah.
was Graham's account.
This is
whatever
Graham's
he
account,
put in
yeah.
there?
Yes.
Sure.
So let's see what kind of good or bad life decisions he's made for us. And
Wait,
we've got 1 point to spend, so we can actually
Yeah.
maybe take a look here and see how you want to strategize.
yeah,
there.
he saved one for me, so
There
I
you
get
go,
to
very
pick
nice.
something.
I also kept it kind of middle of the road, so you could kind of swing either way.
Yeah, very cool. So it looks like we're going a little bit into the tank tree here. Well, you got the combat roll. Nice.
Nice evasive move, yeah.
I respect that choice. So it looks like we've got a few options here. We can either get an armor bonus with the adamant passive. We can also get some significant damage reduction to projectiles. If you're having trouble with the archers picking you off from a distance, that's going to help out a whole lot. Some AoE tauntage. I may need some of this going on. I don't think I have quite the skills that Graham does. And then also just flat threat increase. This is probably your best bet if you're looking for an all-around tank.
Yeah. Now maybe talk about challenge. Obviously, as a tank, big part of it is drawing aggro for your team, trying to protect them. Maybe talk about a bit how we want to spec here. So.
Well, any good team is really going to need the tank to shine. If you have all of the aggro and all of the damage going on your damage dealers, you're going to get just roasted.
Mm-hmm.
So having the tank run in there, preferably first, and take all of the aggro is going to make sure you succeed, especially on those tougher encounters like that last one when we're facing the boss there. So looking at the second tree here, we've got lunge and slash. So this is for a little bit more damage dealing. So if I'm like, oh, well, tanking's cool. I want to actually do a bit more damage. We can sort of pick some abilities like that. I can see Graham also got some shield bash, which you'll notice looking at the description, bonus damage versus guard. So that's what was melting down the guard on the brutes so fast in our play sessions there. I think it was key to really making sure we took those down quickly. We can actually upgrade the shield bash ability with additional damage versus guard. So we even bank more on that strategic advantage, make sure that our teamwork makes the dream work, and we get everything down.
Awesome. So actually, yeah, what you showed here is we basically have 2 trees for every character. So, the play style and how you like to play a character versus, maybe a friend. We're seeing obviously a lot of this when we talked about some characters last Thursday. We saw some good examples of how Luke and I actually, spec a keeper very differently. One for mobility, one more for aggro. So. When you're playing at home, it is obviously really cool because you can say, you know what, this is how I like to play. I like to play either offensively, defensively, and your team members might play a very different style. So,
sorry to quickly interrupt. I set up a lobby, Elven Perilous. You can probably just quick match us.
I'll give it a shot. I was on Elven Ruins, you said?
Yeah, and we'll just bump that over to Perilous. So this is one of the other means that we like to use to guarantee that we'll get the match that we want. Now, unfortunately, what we're learning here is that Xbox Live is running some issues, so this might cause some issues for us trying to get another match going. We're going to try another couple tries here, but we may not be able to get a second match going. But we'll take a look and see if we can get
he's in.
some more details. There we go. So
what
the magic of higher difficulties.
Yeah. What levels have we shown so far? We should maybe show a new one.
Yeah, let's show Tevinter. We haven't shown that yet. Graham can maybe tell us in a moment here about the differences, but each destination we can go to is actually quite different. Going to have a little bit of different flavor, different visual style, and choke points and things like that are going to look a little bit different. So. Graham, maybe walk us through a bit of, while I forced you away from your supper here, why don't you talk us through a bit of what we'll see as differences between the different destinations?
Sure. So I think people have so far seen a lot of the Elven Ruins, and we just showed a couple of routes in the Orlesian Chateaus. The Tevinter are quite a bit different from either one of those levels. They tend to be very desolate, lots of destruction in the environment, lots of rubble, which provides some good natural cover. Also, it's snowing,
yeah,
so it's very cold.
Yeah,
very reminiscent of the weather in Edmonton right now.
Absolutely. So, as you may have seen in the screen there in the lobby, each destination has a very different visual flavor. Very lush overgrowth with Elven. The pristine chateaus in Orlais, and now we're going to Tevinter, which is, as Graham kind of alluded to, it's a kind of a cold, desolate castle. So, and the architecture is quite different too. We'll probably see, it's a little more corridor driven, and some courtyards, but not quite as open in some spaces, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So this is gonna be key actually. As you get more familiar with each of the destinations, you're gonna find that different characters may be stronger in different spaces. You know, I love playing as a Legionnaire, as Josh is doing here in Tevinter, just because you can get that shield down, you know, hold choke points a little bit better. But of course, you know, our Archer has those caltrops are really handy as well. So.
Oh, I love this entrance. As an archer, I can basically stand up here and rain death from above.
There you go.
I'm gonna run in there though.
Range team.
Nice. Now, we may have, you know, we played a few matches here in the bottom right-hand corner. We have an ability wheel, essentially, or our battle menu. Josh, maybe tell us a bit about how many abilities can we bring into each match?
So for each multiplayer match, you can bring in a set of 8 abilities. You're gonna have 4 mapped to base buttons.
Sorry, with multiplayer though, we're gonna...
With multiplayer, yeah, sorry, we're my bad.
Yeah.
The single player, multiplayer focused mind is definitely one of a challenge. You're gonna have 4 abilities going into a multiplayer match. The 8 abilities I was thinking of is actually the additional potions that you can bring in to the match, because some of them are, especially if you look at the bees, it's pretty much an ability that is just full of awesome.
Yes.
But yeah, the primary abilities that you're going to be picking in your spec tree are going to be your 4 mapped abilities that you'll select before the match. And the big thing is going to be finding out what combinations of abilities are going to be really valid for your party, because you might be rolling in with, if you have a Legionnaire and he's like, no, I'm going full DPS, you're going to have to know that. You're going to have somebody who is going to fill that tank role.
Absolutely.
You can actually see that on the well, loading it. So I guess we probably won't see it. Never mind.
Yeah, so in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, that's you know, where you get your basic status information for your character, as well as anything else that's going on. You know, different as you're going through that skill tree, we saw different shapes. You know, the diamonds versus the circles. The diamonds, of course, are our actives. That's how they represent here on the battle menu. And then the circles are our passives. The smaller diamonds are the upgrades. So you can kind of get a different feel for each character. And as Josh is alluding, though, you know, with multiplayer, we went with very specialized characters. Grant, maybe you can, you know, talk us through a bit of that, of like a little bit more, I guess, focused characters than what we see as your Inquisitor in single player.
Right. So we sort of narrowed down the ability selection based on sort of gameplay archetypes. Like right now, Josh is playing Legionnaire. He's aimed at being a tank. Noel used to refer to him as the linebacker. He's a little ball of armor, tries to protect his friends. So most of his abilities are going to be focused around that particular goal. He's got some damage options, but they're not going to be as strong as one of the more damage-focused kits. And a little bit of it comes to, we tried to give them all some personality. We tried to make them look cool. So they've got a little bit of VO, and based on the sort of personality and background, that's kind of where their gameplay archetype's going to come from. So the Legionnaire is a Legion of the Dead member from the dwarves, and he's got the sort of armor that they wear with the skull motifs and that sort of thing. And then like the Keeper, for example, she's a Dalish Keeper, for people who have actually played the previous games, and she's focused around mostly supporting her party by dropping those barriers, which is the blue bars you'll see over health bars, and some area control, mostly via lightning. Like right there was a barrier that Luke totally just missed. Let me just handle that for you.
So it's friendly competition, obviously. You know, you're working together as a team, obviously, but you know, who doesn't like a little bit of trash talk to get the match going, right? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So
you only get points if your barrier's on me.
Yeah.
So you know, make sure it stays on me.
Keep the host alive. Yeah. Now that's actually a good point. So if anyone's just joining the stream right now, we're about an hour in. What we're looking at is the Dragon Age multiplayer mode. This is a separate mode from the Inquisition campaign. Now, when we say separate, we mean the story is relatively tied, your agent, to the Inquisition, but you're basically playing a separate mode that has no mechanical ties to it. And we're just taking a look at some of the starting characters right now as we kind of build our way through. Yeah, we're just going through a 4-player dungeon crawl mode. So if you're familiar with some of the old school games that we've played, growing up, getting into the dungeon, almost like playing D&D with your friends around a table. That's kind of what this core idea was: is that you're playing with 3 friends, 4-player co-op, and you're driving through a dungeon to collect sweet loot and take out as many enemies as possible. So
One thing that you...
Horror in the back here.
Oh dear. I
Zebus.
was going to say one thing that you'll see with a tank playing more is that it's a lot about timing up your shield wall to make sure that you're actually blocking the attacks. That's where you'll see me actually waiting for a foot soldier to attack in, because it's actually going to interrupt his attack, and then it gives me room to actually counter.
But it also generates guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Maybe tell us a little bit about those little kind of metal-looking chunks they're building up in your health bar there.
Yeah, so the metal pips that I'm getting are for successfully using shield wall. There's other ways to get guard. That works in a similar way to the enemy's guard buildup. It's an extension of your health, which in the end just ends up making you a lot hardier. And you can really get in the front lines without getting, I would say, wasted by all these enemies, because it is my job to take all of the damage in this match, if possible, and shield it from my allies, which I think I might be doing a poor job at this point.
Yeah, I noticed some of us are missing some health other than you, Josh. That's kind of interesting. It's almost like you're not doing your job.
Now, I guess you know, once you get into that rhythm, you're essentially, you know, we see the barrier there from our keeper, but we saw, yeah, health underneath, and in that mid layer is that that armor chunks, the barrier, or sorry, the guard. I imagine, you know, as you get into that nice rhythm of, you know, blocking with shield wall and then striking back, you're gonna start to see that, you know, kind of that cycle almost build up, right?
Yeah, you're going to see me building up a lot of guard while the barrier's up, because there's nothing taking it away. And that's quite an effective strategy if you are going to be running a tank who generates a lot of guard with barrier. You're going to be quite hardy.
Awesome.
Want some of this gold.
Yeah, there we go.
So double barrier. The double bubble.
I didn't get any.
What is this? Worst
right.
keepers.
Jeez.
So on the bottom right, we talked a lot about that ability wheel there, that battle menu. How would we find the potions if we needed to use it now?
We should be able to find the potions by using left trigger.
There we go.
And then going to them, and of course, Graham used all his potions, and I didn't map any new ones.
Yeah. So mistakes may have been made here,
Yeah.
but yeah, those potions, we generally try to keep them for a little bit later in the match anyway. We want to make sure, you know, use them at the right time.
Is this our fire or is this their fire?
This is our
Okay,
fire.
good.
Speaking of potions,
Yeah, because
Anti-even fire grenade.
I was totally walking in it a whole lot.
All right, now a question's coming in about if there's any differences between, say, console and PC for how many abilities we map for, you know, quick keys or anything like that. You know, Luke, do you want to maybe talk about that?
Well, the short answer is no. There is no difference. There's an aesthetic difference playing on PC with PC controls. It looks a bit different, but ultimately you only have 8 abilities to pick. This was a design decision. In the other games, we found that having players on PC have 20 abilities and console only have 8 really made it difficult to design around. So this time we made sure everybody had 8 for single player, and obviously multiplayer is 4.
Yeah.
But they're all the same, yes.
I was going to say one thing worth noting is that right now I'm trying to look smart, like I'm heading in the right direction. I am totally using the mini-map in the bottom left corner to find where the enemies are going to be. To look smart, but also knowing how many enemies you're going to be facing, you can sort of pre-plan ahead of time.
Oh, we pulled Donovan.
Oh, gee. All right.
Absolutely. Yeah, one of the things we start seeing, Graham, maybe we can talk about this, but we're seeing a question mark down on the bottom left corner there in the radar there for Josh. What would those be?
Yeah. So sorry, the question mark basically denotes where there's a treasure door. So one of the class blocking doors. And when we first came into the area, there wasn't the question mark on the map. But as one of us got close enough to it that the character actually called it out and said, like, "Look at that! There's something over here," and then the question mark appears on the radar.
Awesome. So the question mark is kind of implying a bit of like a risk-reward moment here, right? We can go through them, and we've seen the team go through a few of these now, but you never know what you're really going to get on the other side. Generally, we can assume loot, but maybe there's someone there that's protecting it, I guess.
Yeah, and with a game with so much limited healing abilities, the more damage you take that you don't have to take really plays a big part. So
absolutely.
Maybe we're halfway through and there's a treasure door and we're all pretty low. We may decide that the potentiality for getting gold is probably
of all the things we could have landed, here's our revenant.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because if there's a revenant in there.
Yeah.
One thing I should actually mention, there always is a reward in the treasure rooms. It's just sometimes it's an instant open the chest and you get the treasure, and sometimes you gotta bite your way through.
Yeah. All right, so this is the Revenant. You know, we all kind of made our little sounds of displeasure when we saw him. Josh, maybe tell us a bit about what the Revenant brings to combat.
So the Revenant is, I would describe him as a badass undead warrior. So he's going to come in and, whoa, he's largely heavy damage. As you can see, he went through all of my stamina in one sort of chain of attacks. So if I'm sitting there trying to gain up my guard, it's a good thing I've got this barrier here. And we're actually keeping him shut down quite well.
Oh, you're about to...
Whoa. or not, or maybe
Come
not.
to the keeper.
He's
on me.
Oh,
you're
gosh.
doomed.
Oh no.
Oh.
Why don't you tell us what that was?
So we're doing good because we weren't trying to run away from him. If you're able to keep a tank on him in close with the highest threat, he's not going to use his pull ability. As soon as you run and scatter, and you tend to, just because of his sheer damage output, he actually throws out this big spirit hand that grips you, pulls you back in, and then proceeds to annihilate you because your guard is down for a little bit, which I think I showed how to fail at fighting him quite well just now.
The spirit hand is pretty brutal.
The bad touches, we like to call it.
Yeah, exactly. I need an adult.
Yes, exactly. Now, you guys are actually making pretty good progress here, and you know, for anyone who's maybe not as initiated with some of the roles, Grant, maybe walk us through a bit of like how the strategy of working with the different roles or character classes comes together.
So, well, it comes down to preference actually. Like, there are different things you can do that can work. What we're running right now is two keepers, a legionnaire and an archer. So we're mostly relying on our archer to deliver the damage. We got a bit of damage coming out of the keepers, but it's mostly for area control, and we're mostly just dropping barriers. Come on, Josh.
My health is so low.
And we're relying on Josh to soak up as much damage as possible, which isn't going so well right now. That can kind of vary though. Hopefully we'll be able to unlock some new classes in the near future and show you those guys. But you can approach it different ways. You can try and do it entirely based on control and not have a tank, for example, or you can try and like Luke was saying, you could try and go with 4 keepers and just soak it all up with barriers. It's probably not going to go very well.
Let's get that stalker first.
You would have to stand in the
shadow
ball the whole time.
You know, you could drink a potion, bud. Or do you have none at all?
Who got him?
I have none at all.
Okay, I have a mist. Hold on.
There we go. So, actually, yeah, maybe talk us through what potion you're using there, the healing mist.
So it was a little splash AoE that I can drop on the ground to heal my friends and anyone who stands in it, essentially. It didn't get him very much, though. He's getting
Yeah, I think I'm moving around a bit too much.
We're all pulled back here. I got barrier up.
Oh, did you guys run?
We're hiding.
Let's, you know.
Strategic kiting, I told you. It's not right.
Yeah.
We're making decisions.
All right. Yeah.
Now, as you kind of hinted at, Grant, we have you know, two keepers, so our mages are support mages, or at least that's their starting loadout. You can kind of obviously go more aggressive there and go a little bit more DPS.
Much like your legionnaire can go offensively based. So
exactly, right? So
start support based.
So they fill kind of those archetypes, but you can kind of play to either side. Now, one of the things that folks are starting to ask is, can you respec?
So you get all of your points back if you promote a character at maximum level, but for the most part, you're committed to the choices that you make. We don't have like the free respec card. It's something I would like to potentially add. Depending on the reaction to it, I kind of wanted to try it as a commitment. Like you choose the abilities that you want, and you have to make your choices carefully so that they're meaningful. If you can just reset them whenever, it's not as meaningful. So no matter what happens, there will always be a cost if we implement a respec, but at launch, there's no simple way to respec. You essentially have to finish leveling up your character and reset them.
Now, when you say finish leveling up, maybe tell us about what the level cap is and how you would go about promoting.
The level cap's 20. So I think what's single player has no effective cap, does it?
It's got a soft cap in the mid-20s.
Okay. But so we have a hard cap of 20. Like once you hit level 20, you cannot gain more levels. you can get equipment that's higher than level 20, but your character will never pass level 20, and that's when you can promote it and reset it, which gives if you want, which gives you some of those scoreboard points and lets you start over if you decide you want to change it. The life cycle of character is a little bit longer this time around. Like in Mass Effect, I could max a character in a couple. What was it, like 4 hours maybe?
Yeah.
If you really went hard.
All right, we're gonna have some trouble with this encounter here. I may just run from him instead of tanking because I'm afraid.
Don't be afraid, Josh. Build that guard.
All right. Well,
Oh, he's in. Here, I got a barrier. Stop panicking. Slow. I can't reach if you.
Oh, I blocked it. It's good.
There.
So one of the questions that came in, you know, and we kind of hinted at this by having to switch accounts here so we could get our Legionnaire up. But do each of the characters level up individually, or do they, you know, do the points share between each characters?
Every character is its own character. So there's no. Well, okay. Just to disambiguate, every one of your characters is its own character. If you're leveling up your keeper is independent of any of the other characters, any of the other mages. In a session, like all 4 of us are sharing XP. But if my keeper gets to level 15, that doesn't mean anything for any of the other. Well, for the most part, it doesn't mean anything for the other characters.
For the levels of the other characters.
Right. I'll just be stronger and be able to get more gold and get better loot for them, probably.
Now, of course, you may be, you know, enticed to go play some of those other characters by some of the items you may earn through chests. So there's always a good reason to kind of check out those other characters, even though you may have a high-level other player. You may want to, you know, dive into someone else.
Yeah, I find the most common thing is either, you know, you unlock a new class when you get around level 10, and then you're like, oh, I kind of want to get 20, but now I sort of want to play as the Reaver, or you get a really good two-handed weapon or like a dagger, and you're like, well, I kind of want to play as this now. So you often end up not getting to 20 and just having tons of characters at level 10.
Yeah. All right, so
We got a shadow in here.
We got a lot of enemies. Yeah, Shadow looks like there's a
There's a big
beam
beam
off
to your
the
right
side
as
here.
well.
Oh, yeah, we should fall back.
Yeah,
Our
our Legionnaire looks like he's pretty low on health again. You know,
Do we have any good
are there any
potions to
healing
use?
abilities
I'll drop
that we
the
have?
piece.
I'm panicking.
There are no abilities that generate health in multiplayer. There is one potion, 2 potions, I believe.
Save me,
that do
bees. Bees will
And
save me.
Awesome, jar
That
of
is
bees.
the only way to get health. What you want to be using instead is barrier and guard as much as possible to mitigate damage done to your health rather than generate it.
Yeah, so much more support
save
driven,
me.
not so much healing. You know, and this is why we kind of stress, you know, teamwork is gonna be critical for your team here. If you want to stay alive, we see here Josh has actually slipped into the fade.
Oh, now you can explain that.
So now the good thing here is that if our team is able to survive and make it to the next doorway, we'll actually see Josh come back.
Free XP, revive me.
Survive despite your incompetence.
Yeah, so yeah, in this mode, what you can actually do is it's sort of like the tactical cam. You can actually see the stats of characters. I can follow through, guide people. I'm hoping that through this door I get resurrected.
There we go,
Yes.
nice. Good job, team.
I don't know if I was prepared to explain that well enough anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing I was going to point out, you're going to see, watching me play as a tank, my camera's slightly more erratic because I always have to check around and see if my allies are getting attacked. That's one difference you'll see in the play style as well between a tank character and the other characters who are a little bit more laid back or further back in the distance.
Oh, awesome. Now, you know, obviously, if you love hockey, that's a pretty common thing. Head on a swivel, we say. All right, now it looks like you guys just planted down the banner here for the Inquisition.
Yeah.
I can imagine there's someone here who's going to dispute that claim.
Yeah, this is where things get real once again, just like the last time.
Now this time we're fighting against a different faction. Josh, you know, as the lead creature designer, essentially, maybe walk us through what's different between this faction that we're seeing versus what we saw earlier.
Yeah, so from the start we had ideas about how we were going to make the Red Templars different from the Venatori and the Venatori different from the Demons. Largely a lot of what you see from the Red Templars is brute strength and high armor. So you're going to see them being able to take a lot more hits but be vulnerable to magic. That was a big theme that we went with them. In terms of the units, you're also going to see very different units. We took down a behemoth. We're going to be fighting the horrors. I'm doing terrible. Explaining and fighting at the same time.
Cast a barrier.
Please save me. You're going to end up seeing very different units, but sort of similar roles, so you sort of still understand how you're going to be fighting these enemies and taking them down. One enemy you're going to see in particular, who's in the middle that we're going to run away from, is the Red Templar Commander, who is going to be whirlwinding around in combat. And we're going to be trying to avoid that wherever possible.
I'm out of bees, guys. Somebody bees him.
All right, now we're getting to a pretty huge moment here in combat. Now, let's take a quick break and talk about a really critical topic here. Who's the best archer?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I'm not playing anymore.
The action actually speaks for itself, because when I was playing, you guys didn't get to see the death camera, and there's a reason for that. But when Josh was playing, you did get to see that death camera.
Repeatedly.
Well, you know, I'm the tank. I'm the one who's got to take the blows.
You know what that sounds like is some excuses.
Potentially. One could interpret them that way. But as long as my allies don't see the death cam, I'm about to die for sure. That's the big thing.
So we'll say it's maybe still open for debate as to who the best archer is.
Yeah.
Not gonna go well now.
Yeah, you guys have no tank now.
Are you fade mode?
Yeah, it looks like Josh has slipped off now here.
Okay.
We should also probably mention that when someone goes into the fade, the enemies actually do get buffed, so it becomes a bit harder.
Yeah, that's a slippery slope. As we lose one team member, you may have seen a message that popped up saying the enemies have grown stronger. This is going to get a little bit tougher for everyone else involved.
Oh, the interrupts.
Now we can actually, you can see here we got your spirit here is you know, you can drive that around. We're seeing details here of different enemies, what their levels are, and this guy looks interesting. He's got a big broadsword here.
Yeah, so this is the Red Templar Commander here. So he is fully buffed. He's immune to a lot of effects.
Wow.
And he's slow moving, so if we stay away, we can try and get rid of the other Red Templar units effectively.
The real question is, looking at that really quickly, can you tell me what he's not immune to?
Yeah, that was like a grocery list of pain that he's immune to,
Yeah, there are definitely
Using
a
my
lot
psychic powers, I could tell you what it is.
Yeah, he looks like he's maybe brought some questionable medicine into this battle too. He looks a little bit bigger than he did a moment ago.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
He likes to consume the red lyrium.
Now,
Get super tough.
Yeah.
in the Fade, you can actually use your D-pad still to call out locations as well, right?
Yeah, so if I did want to actually target him, for my allies, I can do that.
Awesome. So you can see that cross swords target icon shows up there.
Yeah, and one of the things you can do too, now that I'm not able to actually fight, I can pay attention to where enemies are. So if I'm looking to see where enemies are coming from, I can definitely shout it out to my allies and ensure that they dodge the incoming attacks. Oh, is somebody? No.
Archer's very close to death.
No potions?
All right, so
man,
look at that.
It's not going to end well.
So as we're drifting around here, and Josh is our spirit mode here in the Fade, we notice that in the HUD itself, there's not a whole lot there for our team members' health. Maybe Grant, you can kind of walk us through where we'd find that information for what kind of status effects our team members are suffering from.
So we basically put a bar above their head, essentially. That green bar that you guys have seen flying around your screen shows how much health they have, which is not much right now. It turns red as they get weaker and weaker. Oh, come here for the barrier.
You guys are in trouble.
Clutch.
Oh, wow, nice. Very well done with the barrier there on our archer. You see that blinking red obviously means that things are going a little bit rough there. Oh, we lost another team member. Yeah. Oh, that might be everyone. Oh, I
got this, guys.
Yeah.
Do not worry.
There we go. Keeper's still alive.
Watch you.
This.
Trying to get everybody up. We lost 2 members now, so the enemies are getting a second damage boost.
No.
All right. So you can see, even we got some pretty high-level players here, or characters, mid-level, I should say. Obviously, very experienced players, and we're still dying here. This is the easiest difficulty. So I think Grant might be onto something there with challenge. So
yeah, it's not going to let you win. I don't believe that any game should just let you win. That's for suckers.
The game won't pat you on the back, essentially.
Not at all.
It will slap you on the back.
Yeah.
And knock you on your face.
Yeah. All right. So
I didn't get gold.
Actually, now that we kind of speaking of challenge, maybe let's we'll get through the end of match here. We can see any progress we've made on challenges. But let's we'll take a look at the challenge screen, just kind of get an idea of what kind of challenges are available to us. So.
Sure. I just want to see what this score ended up being.
Legionnaire didn't end up at the bottom. There you go.
Well, not at the bottom.
Yeah.
He did get beat by the level 1 keeper, though.
All right. Okay.
Level 1.
I started at level 1, sir.
And all the way up to level 4. There you go. So some good team play got it up to level 4.
Yeah, look how many levels that helped you get.
There you go. Solid teamwork.
Yeah.
All right, so at the end of the match there, we see the summary. We'll take a peek here. Oh, we'll back out with B.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the prestige tile here, so we can take a look at what kind of challenges and the various leaderboards we have available to us. So let's maybe jump into challenges. We can see a bunch of different types and different little sections at the top there. Grant, maybe walk us through what we see at the top there. It looks like it mentions banners, portraits.
Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to see on Patrick's screen what you guys are actually looking at. So, yeah, there's a collection of banners, portraits, and titles that you can get. So, in addition to every time you earn a rank of a challenge. So if you go into that agent challenge there. So controlled destruction, for example, that's to play with the alchemist. Each of those little stars is a rank of it, and that's going to give you some prestige. You can see that up in the top right there next to his name. So he's got 14, not very good. I have 22.
No bad.
Oh, actually, he's 24. Looks like 24 here.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Oh, a little.
Busted. So the stars that have, what do you call it, sort of like highlights around them, those are going to be either a banner, a title, or a portrait. So if you can scroll to the right there, it'll tell you. So that first one there is looks like a portrait. Yeah, okay. And the second one over is probably a banner. Yeah. So the banners are lobby displayable. If you just back out real quick to the lobby there, we're all really low level accounts. We haven't really gotten very far. We have no banners, so you can't really see, but the black sort of see-through thing behind each person's name, that's where your banner is going to go. And right next to the name is where the portrait goes, and those are also displayed above their head in game. So if he were to complete that alchemist challenge, for example, he's probably going to get an icon representing the alchemist and how awesome he is with her, and he can put that next to his name and above his head in game, and he's going to get that banner.
I have a title now.
Probably. There you go. So
There you go. Actually,
Elven Historian.
Elven Historian there.
So he's played a bunch of Keeper, I think it is, or is that okay? And that's where your title shows up, is right underneath there.
Yeah, and the icons you're referring to, those are those ones we see directly to the left of your name here, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. So like the blue, yellow, gray, and I'm not exactly sure what all those are. One of them kind of looks like Hawk. One's some kind of three-eyed monster, you know. So you're going to be able to change those out depending on which challenges you pursue. So like if you really like fire damage and you burn everybody, you'll probably get an icon with some, flames around it and whatnot, or a banner. Oh, ready up. Is that what you guys are gesturing at me?
Yeah. All right. Actually, I think that's where we're gonna wrap today. So thanks for everyone for joining us today. It's always fun to play some Damp with you guys, some Dragon Age multiplayer. We're gonna try to make sure that we do some future streams. Nothing announced for dates just yet, but make sure to follow at Dragon Age on Twitter. Keep an eye on the stream here. Subscribe, obviously, and that'll keep notifying you when we're online. And yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. We'll keep an eye out. And yeah, we're making sure that we have EA Access online. So if you do have Xbox One, you have EA Access subscription. Make sure to jump in. You can get Dragon Age Inquisition right now and be able to play either the campaign or some multiplayer. And you may see some of us online. We try to get to the top of the leaderboards there. So, and of course, yeah, it comes out November 18th in North America and November 21st in the UK. So next week, of course, early access right now with EA Access. So thanks again, everyone. Hope you had fun watching. We had a blast showing you, and I can't wait to show you more as we get into deeper accounts with more characters. So we'll see you soon.
Yeah. See ya.